While Cyberpunk 2077 is packed with action and neon lights, it's also got its fair share of creepy and unsettling moments. If you slow down long enough, you'll start to see the cracks showing through. Whether it's scary encounters, disturbing quests, or just plain eerie sights, Night City can get pretty unnerving. So today we're going to talk about some of the most disturbing moments that highlight some of the most evil and disturbing sides of Night City. Let's dive in. Out in the Badlands, V can stumble across a scene that feels totally frozen in time. Dozens of bodies lay on the ground, arranged around a central figure. There are no signs of struggle, no combat music, just stillness. Nearby, a data shard outlines exactly what happened here. The Children of the Ark are a cult group who believed an AI Judgment Day was approaching. They believed that on this day, AI would take over the world and destroy or harm all humans. Their solution was to die together, believing that their deaths would free them, uploading their consciousness into a digital, so-called interstellar afterlife where they would continue to live together. Standing at this scene, piecing together the fear and desperation felt by this group that led them to do what they did, it's impossible not to think of real-world examples of cults. It's interesting that even in the lore of Night City, the fear and beliefs that lead people to these actions don't disappear. They're just supported by better technology. Next, let's talk about The Hunt. The Hunt, River Ward's questline, pulls V into the memories of a serial killer, forcing you to see through his eyes. You don't just investigate the aftermath of his crimes, you relive them through BDs. The rooms, the bodies, all of it. And at the same time, there's a clock ticking because River's nephew is missing, so you need these brain dances because every moment brings you closer to the truth where he might be. And you have to pay close attention because you never know what small detail might be the clue that you need. What's most disturbing about this quest is how close you have to get to the killer's perspective. It is entirely inescapable. And the game doesn't let you forget for a second that this violence and cruelty comes from a person, not any kind of supernatural monster. It's intense, disturbing, and certainly will stick in your mind. Cyberpunk 2077 doesn't hesitate to expose the player to some really disturbing elements of humanity, and this quest is an example of that. The next quest we'll discuss is Sinnerman. This quest starts off simple enough. You're hired to kill Joshua Stevenson, a convicted murderer. It gets much more complicated when you actually meet Joshua, and he asks you to join him in his final day, as he explains that he's chosen to die. He wants to be crucified, and not just executed, but filmed, with his death turned into a brain dance and sold to millions. If you choose to accompany Joshua, what follows is rather unique for Cyberpunk. There's no action, there's no fight scenes, it's just a slow-paced exploration of faith, guilt, exploitation, and profit. Corporations are standing by, ready to monetize Joshua's death, so what he views as his redemption becomes a product. It's twisted, for sure. It's not as simple as being asked to pull the trigger in this mission. You're asked to sit and witness and be a participant in the monetization of someone's pain, and perhaps delusion. This quest is layers of creepy, earning it a solid spot on this list. Let's talk about the Bloody Ritual Cyber Psycho quest. Night City is full of incidences of cyberpsychosis, but this one definitely hits different. You'll find yourself in the back of an alley where something has clearly gone wrong. There is blood everywhere, and numerous bodies appear to be positioned deliberately. You'll notice symbols around the site and mutilation to the bodies that suggest something ritualistic happened here, rather than simply a random act of violence. As you investigate, you'll be forced to examine each disturbing piece of the scene and slowly reconstruct the full picture of what happened here. Look, honestly, cyberpsychosis is already a terrifying concept, a mental breakdown caused by excessive cybernetic augmentation, but somehow this incident feels even more disturbing, and perhaps even more personal. In a city that's obsessed with upgrades and physical enhancements, cyberpsychosis does feel like a bit of an inevitability, unfortunately, and at its core, this scene isn't supernatural in any way. It's simply the result of a system that pushed people past their limits and then leaves them behind. In this quest, and really all the cyberpsycho quests, you aren't just stopping a threat, you're cleaning up the aftermath of this city's toxic standards and expectations that are put on people. Finally, let's talk about the quest An Eye for an Eye. In Eye for an Eye, V is hired to deal with a corpo executive who killed a girl in a hit and run. There were no consequences for this corpo, no justice, because her insurance policy covered vehicular manslaughter. Yeah, let that sink in. Her insurance policy covered vehicular manslaughter. And the more you learn, especially if you interact with the corpo, you'll find no remorse for the situation. The system worked to protect her, and that's what matters to her. She doesn't feel guilty, she doesn't care about what she did. You'll get to choose in this quest. Do you enact your own form of justice, or do you walk away? For all of the science fiction elements and technology in Cyberpunk 2077, this quest really hits home. Wealth protecting people from consequences isn't futuristic at all. It's very familiar, and that's what makes this quest so scary. So there you have it, some of the creepiest moments in Cyberpunk 2077. Proof that there's much more to the dangers in Night City than first meets the eye. What gave you chills in this game? Let's talk about it in the comments. If you like more content like this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.